This is the Nite Site NS200 night vision unit. It's an innovative piece of kit that gives you night vision capability with the usual day scope and rifle combo. Nite Site have created a simple and easy to use solution that can be set up quickly, work superbly and make shooting quarry at night a doddle. Nite Sites say you can get a clear sight picture up to 200 yards away with a decent scope, which is pretty good. However, depending on the ambient light conditions, I've seen the unit provide a clear sight picture 350 to 400 yards away in low light around dusk. But can it really aid your hunting and give you that extra edge needed when hunting in near pitch black conditions? First I'll show you how to set it up, then I'll explain the science behind it before we see just how well it performs out in the field. So before we get started, I'm just going to demonstrate that the rifle is unloaded and safe. So everything you need to use the Nite Site NS200 is in this ABS plastic presentation case. Starting from the top, we've got a battery unit, a charging unit, the screen and illuminator unit, the camera which fits to the back of the scope, two mounting brackets, one for a 30mm tube and one for a 25mm tube, and of course the eyepiece mounts, which also have two different sizes depending on the eyepiece of your scope. First things first, we've got to set up the illuminator unit on the scope tube. So this here is a Ruger M77 all-weather, and on top of it a Zeiss Victory HT 3-12x56. Now this has a 30mm scope tube. So very simply, we take the bracket, unscrew the nut, take out the bolt, and then slip the mounting bracket over the scope tube. Then simply place the bolt back through the housing on the bracket and reattach the knurled nut on the other side. Then we grab the Nite Site unit itself, which has the four illuminators in the front and then the screen that you look at in the rear. This literally slides straight onto the bracket. Very simple and very straightforward. And then just tighten up the knurled nut at the back. Next, we fit the camera unit. Now as you can see, this is a slightly larger eyepiece hole here, and that fits directly onto the back of the scope. Don't need to push it too hard. Obviously there's a lot of give in the bigger one, not quite so much give in the smaller one, but it's fit every single scope that I've got in my collection. Now we take the camera unit. Now there's two different types of camera unit. As you can see, there's an overhang here. Now that accommodates the jacks which go out to the battery unit, an optional recorder, and also to the screen. Now on the airgun version, that fits pointing downwards, but on the full bore rifle version it fits pointing upwards, meaning that when you open the bolt it doesn't interfere with that unit at the back there. So the next thing to do is to plug the camera and illuminator unit into the clearly marked jack on the rear of the Nite Site unit. Now we fit the battery. Now the battery is a fair old lump, but it does last for several hours, and we've been out all night from about 10:30 right the way through until 3 o'clock in the morning, and we've not yet spent one. That comes with a cable which runs from the battery pack into the back of the camera unit. This can either be fastened to your belt or it can be put into a pocket, but it needs to be somewhere that's pretty firm. It is quite a heavy unit and you don't want to drop it out of your pocket. If you do, the unit comes away very quickly from the cable, so you're not going to pull any of your connections out. Now, with it all set up, we can switch on the illuminator unit and it will provide a picture of what the scope's seeing, exactly what the scope's seeing. You then just need to twist and turn the camera unit until the display is straight. As you can see here, the picture's sitting perfectly in the middle of the screen, and it isn't too difficult to adjust it to get that right sight picture. There's also a third jack on this camera unit, and that's to fit an optional dog cam solid state recording unit. Now we've taken this out a lot and we've got some fantastic footage from it. And as you can see from the screen here, what's represented in the Nite Site is recorded directly onto the dog cam. So how does the Nite Site NS200 system actually work? This powerful illuminator module sends out 4 infrared beams into the darkness. The infrared camera module attaches to your scope's eyepiece and sends a signal to the monitor. The monitor is included as part of the illuminator unit, which is sitting on top of the scope. and gives you a clear picture of exactly what you're aiming at, with your crosshairs sitting over the top of it. This way you can shoulder your rifle in a heads-up position, and the eyes of your quarry will glow in the dark like two huge dustbin lids. There's no need to change your scope, no need to resight, and no need to recalibrate. You literally stick it on and off you go. It's a pretty simple piece of kit to set up and understand, but how does it work out in the field? Well, over the last few months I've used the Nite Site NS200 on several occasions, and it's been very good. With this you can move quietly and stealthily through the darkness to find your shot and take down your target. I used it recently with my 2.2 rimfire to take out rabbits that had been digging up a golf course nearby. In the pitch black of night I moved into great shooting positions and got up to less than 30 yards away and could clearly see the rabbits about their work. Completely unaware of my presence, I could then pick them off one by one and managed to take out 6 in short order. With the Nite Site NS200 I was able to move silently into close enough positions to be able to take out the rabbits with ease. I've also been out foxing with the Nite Site NS200 on my Ruger Predator. Keith squeaked in a fox from over 300 yards away and brought it into around 100 yards, and I watched it all of the way. The fox's eyes lit up the screen despite the rest of his body being enveloped by the darkness. As he got closer, the NS200 clearly showed his ears and nose, allowing me to perfectly place my shot just below its eye. Even at that distance, the Nite Site NS200 could easily pick out the fox's eyes, and taking a shot wasn't a problem. Also, if you're concerned about using the NS200 on bigger bore rifles and it not staying attached, fear not. Myself and Keith took the night vision unit down to the range with a host of meaty rifles, and the entire unit stayed put right the way throughout. So if you want to see any of the Team Wild videos of the Nite Site NS200, click this link. So whether you're creeping up on your quarry at night, sniping foxes from afar, or just want some additional clarity in low light conditions, the Nite Site NS200 will do the job with ease, and it makes hunting at night a whole lot easier. For more information on the Nite Site NS200, visit nitesite.co.uk. Keep up to date with all Team Wild's hunting adventures and gear reviews. Make sure you hit the subscribe button.